What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring Tournament 2019 going on. Today we've got Prime Courier representing Amazon and CapOne Immortals representing Capital One. They're showing up as Resurgence, but I'm fairly sure this is Capital One, at least that's what the replay says. So we'll see what's going on. We're going to start off with a Pangolier ban, a very popular hero right now. We see him a lot in mid recently, but he did get nerfed a little bit. His mana cost on his ultimate went up a lot. But it's a late game nerf. Level 1 mana cost is the same. Night Stalker coming out of Amazon Prime Courier. Fairly decent hero right now. I guess they want to just think that Capital One has a Night Stalker player. And Tinker coming out from Capital One. It's an odd ban. You don't normally want to pick Tinker in the first phase. He has a lot of counters, so you normally want to pick him as the last pick. Grimstroke coming out of Prime Courier. A pretty obnoxious hero, but I wouldn't say he's regularly first banned. And Ember Spirit coming out from Capital One. Again, a very popular hero right now. Very good first pick. He can go in either lane, safe lane or mid. So it's a good time to ban him.
10 seconds.
He is a very high skill player. He's a very high skill hero. You can just like click on people and press Q. So they've probably done their research on Amazon Prime Courier and found that they have an Ember player. And Avenge ban. Another popular hero right now. She buffs up your carry a lot. It really helps in the death ball meta. Well, let's see what Capital One will want to pick for their first pick.
10 seconds to Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Shadow Shaman, a very good hero right now. It's very rare from the support position that you're able to close out the game with just the Serpent Wards alone. And a nice, quick succession pick from Amazon Prime Courier, picking the infamous Bane and Mirana combo. You get the Nightmare into the free arrow. But unfortunately, this isn't Microsoft Bane and Mirana ganks, so it's the wrong team, but the spirit of Seattle, or Washington, is there. And it's nice that they picked it back-to-back very quickly. It gives Capital One less time to react. Abaddon coming out. We see Abaddon a lot these days as position 5. Spam that miscoil, and then just deny yourself when you're out of mana, or running low on mana. Deny yourself with a miscoil, TP back into the lane, back to full mana, full HP, ready to spam miscoils again. A very strong hero right now.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Now, Mirana is actually quite uncommon these days, but she has been getting a little bit back into the meta recently. We see in NA at least. EG likes to really run Mirana right now. We may see her as a mid, but she's also a flex pick. She can go into any lane. Capital One really thinking about this ban. It's pretty uncommon to pick your 2 supports in the first phase as first pick, because in this, whoever you pick in this Abaddon slot, the second pick as first pick, you get to protect with the next 2 bans. So usually you do want to pick a core in the second position, but they've opted to get Abaddon. You can't really go wrong with Abaddon. They've got the Shadow Shaman for the lockdown. Now, a lot of fast bans coming out. 2 strong mids getting banned out by Prime Courier. Puck, very good against Mirana. You don't want to leap out of the coil and stun yourself. And Queen of Pain does pretty well against Mirana. You just Shadow Strike her and she's pretty screwed, honestly. Jug and Weaver coming out. Jug is pretty strong right now. Not the best
5 seconds remain.
laner against Abaddon. You wanna... Oh, and the Doom comes out from Amazon Prime Courier. Doom, a very strong hero. Unfortunately, they banned the Grimstroke, so they're not going to be able to get the double Doom combo. And they backed themselves into a corner on this one. Another really odd thing, I think, is banning the mids now. Normally you want to pick your mids a bit later on, but Prime Courier have second pick, so maybe they want to focus on just getting their mid the best matchup possible, which will still most likely be this Mirana. Gonna try and see if CapOne can secure an offlaner that doesn't care as much about being doomed. Doom is a big threat. They've got 2 BKB piercing ultimates, Fiend Script, and Doom. It's pretty scary right now, but they're also lacking a bit in teamfight, so maybe CapOne will try and look to out-teamfight them. Maybe a Tide Hunter would be okay, just use your Ravage, blink in, use your Ravage, you don't care about being doomed after that. Another option is Brewmaster. You can use your split a bit early in the fight. We see Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, we often see him as a position 3 these days, but he's also a good carry. It's a bit of a flex pick. He also doesn't care very much about being doomed. Well, it's actually quite difficult to do. I mean, there's multiple Chaos Knights that all hit really hard.
10 seconds to pick.
As long as the Chaos Knight, sort of hides himself and then runs in with a Phantasm later into the fight. It's going to be pretty hard to doom him.
Dire team pick.
Sven! There was a time when we saw support Sven a lot, but that's been nerfed pretty hard. This is probably going to be the carry for Prime Courier. So we might actually see Mirana as a support, which is a pretty old school strategy. It's not bad considering that there's the Bane, so they're just going to roam around together and try and keep finding pickoffs. But it's still a flex pick. It's open. It's open. They have the final pick, so whatever they feel comfortable with, they will have that. As CapOne, they're gonna look to. Well, we should know if, say, Chaos Knight is going to be the carry or the offlaner. Lina. Oh, wow, a mid Lina.
Dire's ban.
We'll probably see Templar Assassin ban coming out of
Dire's turn to make all
CapOne. Or Invoker. Invoker doesn't do that well against Lina, I find. She outranges him. If Amazon Prime Courier picked TA, this Lina's gonna have a miserable time. So, I'm surprised they didn't ban the TA.
Seconds to pick.
Leaving the roles open. Abaddon can also be the position 3.
Seconds. Hurry,
so
hurry.
they have a lot of flexibility with this pick, but they need to really close out the draft. They need a bit more push. Maybe a bit more team fight. Very single target focus right now. You don't always want to use you don't want to have to rely on the Shadow Shaman to get the Serpent Wars on the tower. It's nice if you have the advantage, but if you're behind, it feels really bad. Especially if the Shadow Shaman starts kind of really falling behind. Lesh, another flex pick. We see him offlane a lot recently, but he could also go mid. Kunkka, this is a great pick. Provides a lot of team fight, buff up his team with the Rum, prevent them from being bursted by Laguna Blade. He does really well against Leshrac and Lina in the mid lane. I think mid is a bit of a wash for Prime Courier. Actually, I really like Prime Courier's lineup. They have Bane and Mirana to make a lot of moves early on. They've got the Doom, they've got the Fiend Script, and Kunkka, he's going to take over this game. It's going to be pretty hard for them to stop Kunkka. Lanes for CapOne is still kind of going to be a bit of a question mark. We're going to see how Amazon Prime responds. They're going to have to, the supports are going to have to go into overtime and scout out what the lanes are going to be. It's not clear at all yet. The CK is probably going to be the carry, but the Lina and the Shrek, they can change lanes. They're pretty interchangeable. The Shrek will probably be the offlaner. The main problem with Capital One's lineup is there's not much beef. Chaos Knight's pretty tanky, but you don't want to be the first one going in. Who's going to start the fights from Capital One? It's not clear. They can get a Yule set up with the Leshrac, maybe a smoke gank with a Shadow Shaman, but other than that, they don't have that many options. They're also quite lacking in AoE. There's only the Leshrac for AoE, and that Split Earth is pretty hard to hit most of the time. They have some setup for it. Alright, let's get into the game. Let's see what the lanes are going to be. The Doom, just starting up with the Start Shield, Bear Code. Kid Wonderful on the Bane, position 5. Lieutenant Dan on the Sven. Priestess of the Moon, Mirana on the D3 Tro. And Kunkka, Society Inhabitant on the Kunkka. Chaos Knight, Bluegrass Velvet on the Chaos Knight. Good Apollo on the support Abaddon. 1x Ding on the Rasta, Shadow Shaman, sorry. Leshrac, this Chinese name, which I can't pronounce, on the Leshrac. He looks like he's bought mid items, but it's still a bit confusing. And Lina, she's definitely going mid. She's got the pull tangos. Carpe Diem on the Lina. So, probably won't see too much action early on, unless Bane and Mirana can get an easy kill though. Nice Nightmare into Arrow combo. The problem is there's two melee heroes down here, so if one of them gets slept, the other one has to walk up, unsleep them, and they might get arrowed themselves because they're basically in the firing line for the arrow. We'll see how aggressive this Bane wants to be. Maybe he'll just go for a sleep. Mirana can also just throw an arrow at the rune to force them off. And top lane, a nice Split Earth onto the Doom, into the Shackles, but Doom, he's got 840 HP, don't think they'll get this kill. He just walks away. Levels Devour at level 1 for the bonus regen, which is a bit nice. He may use this salve already. This Kunkka gonna have a great time against Lina. Already appointed the Tidebringer. Lina, she's going to put a ward down for the bot rune. Rune control is going to be very important this game. Potter, she's looking... And we have a disconnect! Some Carla right here. The safe lane, the Shrek, it's a little bit odd. But it's a good lane with a Shadow Shaman. Shackles into a Split Earth. Shadow Shaman hits like a truck. 75 base damage. Doom only has 1 armor, so he's going to be feeling the brunt of that. And Doom will probably be soloing up here, so this lane should be pretty easy for... At the very least, they should be able to trade farm. So let's bring up the net. Last hits and denies. Kunkka ahead of the board already. Already got 1 last hit. Kunkka's been nerfed a little bit recently. You used to be able to use the Tidebringer to deny creeps, which is absolutely ridiculous. Actually, 25 bonus damage just to deny creeps. It was really hard to fight against Kunkka. He's back soon, apparently. I don't know how this Lina is going to be able to get anything done on the Kunkka. He's got a lot of HP. Kunkka's queued up 4 Divine Rapiers, so we're going to see some shenanigans come out of here. Nice tide. Oh, misses the Tidebringer onto the Lina. An arrow comes out, hits the arrow onto the Lina, but there's not that much follow-up. It's just a bit of a harass. He's got another Tidebringer soon. Gets the deny on the range creep, that's pretty huge.
We have first blood.
Abaddon goes down to the bot lane, a Brain Sap and a Stormhammer. Abaddon, not a very high armor hero, so it's probably been... He didn't even level Miscoil at level 1. Yeah. I don't agree with that. CK goes down too. This is a pretty low armor lane. 3 armor, just 2. Obviously there's +4 from the tower. Top, Infernal Blade onto Shadow Shaman. It looks like Mirana get one more hit, and she's probably not going to get in range. Looks like they got the arrow onto Shadow Shaman. Abaddon comes top. He's looking to protect his Leshrac. If he gets arrowed, he can just Photic Shield it off, so that's a pretty good counter. The CK's on his own though. He should do okay. He's got the Chaos Strike at level 1 to sustain himself. That's pretty nice. Mid lane. Kunkka already a level ahead of the Lina. Level 2 Tidebringer is gonna hurt. Lina using her mana to not secure the range creep, but she's got another Dragon Slave by the time that one goes down, so fair enough. Shadow Shaman's TPing home, but cancels it. Abaddon getting Infernal Bladed. This is such a good spell. It's percentage damage against the Strength hero as well.
Haste.
Lina grabs a haste rune. She's going for a bottle rush, so it'd be nice to be able to just refill her mana. Kunkka already has the bottle. Gets the range creep. That's pretty good. The range creep gives 3 times the experience of the melee creeps and about 2 times the gold, so it's very important to get the range creep in mid. Another Infernal Blade onto the Abaddon. Forces him to use the Photic Shield, and it's probably not worth it. Photic Shield costs a lot of mana. He's only got 375. It's a pretty scary tri-lane, actually. They've got a lot of setup, shackles. Bane gets another kill on the Chaos Knight. He's on a killing spree already. He's got boots before 15 minutes. That's pretty good as a Bane. Doom taking the magic resistance aura over... Well, I didn't see what the creeps were, but... a little bit odd. Pause for a second, more color, and a Light Strike Array about to hit the Kunkka. But Lina, she's out of mana, she can bottle up, maybe get another Dragon Slave off. But this Kunkka, he's already got a Bracer, he might buy another one. He's pretty difficult to take down. Chaos Knight, he's having a rough time. He is level 2 against a dual lane, which is never good. You normally should have an XP advantage. What's he gonna go this game? I don't think he has... He's gonna be able to go for anything useful. Maybe like a drums for the team, but... Vlad's. But he's getting zoned out of the lane completely by Bane. Bane does not care. You can't trade against Bane, he's just gonna life sap you. Brain sap, sorry. That's Shackles onto the Doom, into a split earth. So they have the damage to kill Doom, they should. Shadow Shaman with a 78 base damage kills the Doom. And that's he's on his way to an early boost. I will say this is a position 5 Shadow Shaman, which is a little bit less common. You really need the levels and the items on Shaman. Aether Lens is so good. You know, if you can rush that refresher, that's a win condition. You see Yapstor do that a lot. Another crit onto the Bane, but you know, Chaos Knight's in a lot of trouble with the body block. He stunned the Bane so he couldn't walk out, and he's gonna die. Nice and slow there. Dominating for Bane already. Invis on the Lina, but she should not leave this lane. She really needs the experience. Kunkka, a full level ahead of her already. Gonna X marks home, pick up his items, and gets X marks back to the lane. Oh, this double board, but it's fine. The other one's gonna run out. Shadow Shaman has to do the walk of shame back to lane. The 5-minute bounty runes are coming. Looks like it'll be a 2 for 2, so nothing too crazy. But there's already a 3k gold lead for Prime Courier. And 2,500 experience lead. That's pretty big already. Dota Plus already thinks they have a 75% chance to win. You know, they've got it all. They've got the team fight. They don't have much push, but you know, you can push as fast as you want if they're all dead. Mirana gets a kill onto the Leshrac. shackles onto the Doom, they'll get the return kill. Or maybe he's so tanky. Another kill, a kill onto the Abaddon. This magic resist aura is working out. It's only 10% though, so maybe not as impactful, but it's all about the thought that counts. Doom doesn't have any other creeps to take right now. You want the Satyr creep as much as possible. It's a pretty good creep to get. Just makes the lane so easy. Double damage at bot. Looks like Lina's gonna go for it. But Mirana, she can go for an arrow onto the double damage. Stun the Lina before she picks it up. She gotta go for it. Oh, she doesn't see the Lina in time. It's nighttime. The vision's a bit low. Doom's just hiding in the trees. Will Shadow Shaman see him? It's just gonna walk past. How unfortunate. How do I get rid of this thing? I don't want to leave the game.
Mega kill.
Oh, another kill onto the Chaos Knight. But Lina comes in for a turnaround kill on the Sven. But the tower gets it, so this actually is 158 gold split 3 ways. It's not 158 gold each. I know they really need to fix the language on that. But it's been like that since Dota 1, so I don't think OS Frog is intending on changing it anytime soon. Doom is alone. They can go for a Shackles into a Split Earth and try and pressure him out a bit. Here we go. Shadow Shaman didn't go for the Shackles. Asleep. Arrow onto the Lina, but there's an Aphotic Shield to burn it off, and Mirana is just gonna feed. Really wish this Shadow Shaman was a bit more aggressive. He's got 2 mangoes still. You gotta pressure this dude. He's gonna have a great start. Going for a fast phase drums. He's already got the plate mail, 7 armor full, 7 armor under the tower. It's a lot of damage resistance. Mirana's coming back up top. Let's see what she can get done. Maybe go for another sneaky cheeky arrow. Cancel the shackles on the Rasta if he goes for it. Sleep onto the Abaddon. He's in a bit of trouble, but he should be okay. Chaos Knight, man, he's in the dumpster. Just reaches level 4, 8 minutes in. They're already taking the bot tower. They're gonna go for the deny at least. A lot of people going down. Kunkka gets a solo kill on the Lina. An easy X into Ghost Ship combo. Whereas at top, Mirana probably got an arrow onto the Shaman. And Sven has no fear right now. He's going for a Mask of Madness to help him farm a bit faster. He is very far ahead. Kunkka is having an even better time. 80% win rate thanks to Dota Plus. This Kunkka going for a Battle Fury, very uncommon. He just doesn't need it. You should just go for a Shadow Blade. Just do it. The Armlet we see sometimes, it's a nice damage boost, but I think Shadow Blade is definitely the way to go. Get that burst damage on the Tidebringer. Alright, Ghost Ship, X marks, Torrent. He doesn't have Ghost Ship, but there's a stun. Now is the Ghost Ship going to come out? Can they get the Brain Sap onto the Chaos Knight. Ghost Ship comes out, hits the Leshrac, just barely. Lina comes in, gets the Light Strike array on Sven, but they got to back out. Hex onto the Bane. God Strength turned on, a stun onto the Lina. Lina's gonna die. Gets the Laguna Blade off before she dies. Gets the Sven kill because of it. CK is here, but he's level 4. What can he do? He's gonna get Fiend's Grip. Bane just hits level 6 after those kills. There's a Fiend's Grip into a Torrent, and a double kill to the Kunkka. Doom, he's most of the way to his drums already, 1k away. Mirana going for the value Bassy Ring. An extra 2 armor is nothing to scoff at, especially his armor got buffed pretty recently. Sven, man, what is it? He doesn't care, he's just farming. Bounty runes are coming up, all 4 bounty runes go in the way of Amazon Prime Courier.
Have fortified their towers.
Dude, they're so beefy. They have so much HP, 1.3k on the Doom. It's gonna turn on Scorched Earth and run if they keep pursuing. The Sven, 1.3k HP. Bane has almost 1,000, he's very tanky for a support. And Kunkka, 1,400. He's going for Radiance, he's feeling it. Drums is coming out too. Radiance is great in these long fights where you're just tanky. They do have a lot of damage on Capital One though. The Laguna Blade, the CK if he ever gets level 6, but he's so far behind. I don't think he's ever going to be relevant all game. Gets killed by the Ghost Ship. A nice combo from the Kunkka. Sleep into Ghost Ship. You don't even need to time the X marks. There's 4 heroes top. It looks like they want to try and push for the Catapult Wave. Shadow Shaman is level 6. We can go for this tower, but it's going to be pretty tough. Kunkka's here with an Arcane Rune. The Doom onto the Lina. Lina has to leave the fight now. Shackles onto the Kunkka, but he's just gonna not care. A boat in 10 seconds. Doom gets picked off by the Shadow CK, but this Abaddon's really low. Shadow Shaman's gonna die as well, and a torrent into Ghost Ship onto the CK. There's a full team wipe from Team Amazon. 1300 gold swing. They're in so much trouble. This is some yikes territory. And Sven, he wasn't even there. That was a 4v5. He's just hitting the tier 3. He does not care at all. Alright, it's time to back off. You see the Lina TP. She has no way to slow him down then. You just turn on Warcry and run faster. So, it's a bit sad. She doesn't even have phase boots yet. Lina, 2k HP. All 5 heroes of Amazon Prime are above all 5 heroes of Capital One. That's insane. This is probably 100% by now. Yep, for sure. A Moonlight Shadow comes out. They brought a Sentry, but Doom's very fast. It's got Windlace and Phase Boots. And they're just taking the T2 on the other side of the map. This game, Dota Plus, I think, has the right idea. 100% win rate. Gonna need a miracle to come back into this. They need to find a pick-off onto the Kunkka. But they need to use their entire kit to kill him. Go in for the Demon Edge, hiding the fact. Oh, he's going for a Divine Rapier. He is definitely feeling it. He has 0 fear. There's no way that Capital One can kill Kunkka right now, and he knows it. The boat buff, 40% damage reduction up front. Bane already has an Aether Lens. That's insane. He got it before level 10.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Smarana is the one in poverty. Leshrac finally overtakes her. He's going for an Atos first. I mean, that's a good item on Lesh, but he should have it by now if he wanted to be successful with a Leshrac player. This is some rough times.
Dire's bottom tower is
nice Sentry coming out, nice Obs Board coming out of Bane. They're not going to be able to sneak up on him. It's the last outer tower going down at 14 minutes.
Dire's bottom tower is in
CK just hit level 6, doesn't have treads yet. The Reality Rift, but doesn't get any damage, so Lieutenant Dan blinked out. 1 second Chaos Bolt stun, which is really unfortunate. The Storm Bolt onto the Shadow Shaman cancels the shackles, and they're all here. Kunkka's here, boat comes out, kills the Lina. This Abaddon is doomed, but he's just straight up doomed. X marks back in. CK is gonna fall as well. Abaddon ulti is over, so he can die now. A monster kill streak on the Bane and the Kunkka. Stormbolt comes out into Leshrac. They're just gonna run him down. Oh! Leshrac gets a double kill! This is huge! But the Brain Sap out of the Bane. Godlike streak for Bane. This boy is feeling it. Alright, he's gonna try and... He's gonna get shackled. CK's coming in. Will they get this kill? Reality Rift into a Chaos Bolt. Light Strike rate. Dragon Slave. They get the kill on the Lina. That's pretty big. 692 gold is a lot of gold for a position 5. At this point, Mirana's probably position 5. But the bounty, 15-minute bounty runes are coming up. Looks like all 4 are going towards Amazon. Skunker, he's going for it. He's going for the Divine Rapier at 15 minutes into the game. He'll probably have it in another 2 minutes.
Bounty.
This is going to be really exciting once that happens. He's doubling the net worth of everyone on the enemy team. He's got more net worth than the 4 bottom heroes on the enemy team combined. Well, actually, yeah. No, the math checks out. Yeah, the math checks out. I'm an engineer, you know. Oh, this Kanka, dude. I'm so excited for him to get this Divine Rapier. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a data list yet, so we might not see the one-shots. Maybe he'll one-shot Lina and Shadow Shaman, but the other two... Yeah, there's a ATOS on the track, gives him 12 strength, not bad. Another Moonlight Shadow coming out of... oh, here's a DD rune. Is he going to see it? Yeah, another Moonlight Shadow to secure the escape route for the Kunkka. He's 300 gold away from the Divine Rapier. Bane already has a 4-star and an Aetherland 16 minutes in. It's probably his personal record for Bane GPM. Bane's not very good at farming in general. Blink Dagger on the Sven, nice way to initiate as well. They don't need to blow the Sleep Arrow combo. And a Divine Rapier on the Kunkka! Alright, it's time to go. He doesn't see the DD at bot, unfortunately, but that's fine. Long range arrow onto the CK. Kunkka's coming in. They're gonna have a nice Fiend's Grip onto the Shadow Shaman. Blink onto the Lina. Stormbolt. And Kunkka just gets an instant double kill. Another Tidebringer onto the Lina, brings it down to 1 HP. Sleep onto the Abaddon. Ignores his ulti altogether. Another Tidebringer gets another kill. Triple kill for the Kunkka. Another kill, ultra kill for the Tidehunter. This Divine Rapier has done a lot of work already, and this game is looking pretty over. Knocking on the tier 3s. The one upside is that the respawn timers is very low, but it really doesn't matter at this point. 24k gold advantage. We just see if this Kunkka can get a rampage before this game is over. X marked onto the Shadow Shaman. Boat comes out. The Shark comes out. Nice kill onto the Shadow Shaman. 2-man stun on the back line, but it looks like Kunkka's gonna go for the Chaos Knight instead. They've got another Tidebringer coming in. Can they get the kill onto Leshrac? Oh, nice! The Tidebringer kills the Lina! X marks onto the Abaddon. Another Tidebringer. Nice, and they're just gonna spawn camp them, it looks like. I don't think Amazon is interested in finishing this game. Kunkka, easy X marks TP home, picks up the Crystallis, he's got some crits now. Let's see if he can one-shot some people.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Letting the rest of his team take the game. Sven's very low, but he's got another Warcry.
Dire's top tower is
I just want to maybe see the Lina run up and get a blade in, but it's on cooldown for 12 seconds, 20 seconds.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Yikes. ASOS onto the Bane, 4 staff to dodge the Split Earth. Nice boat coming out. The crit! The boat! Triple kill! But he's not going to get the rampage. His teammates, they should have given him the rampage. And the GG finally gets called. Yikes, that was a pretty rough game from Capital One. They just got pretty outdrafted, I think. The Leshrac last pick didn't do a whole lot of wonder. They should have put the Chaos Knight as a safe laner, I think. And then maybe gotten an off laner that could actually team fight. Boat was just too strong for them. And complete an total utter domination coming out of Prime Courier. See how much damage the Kunkka did. 20,000 damage. Doubling anyone else on his team. The Bane did 9,000 damage, which is insane. He's only got